welcome to another edition of the Leaky Tranny Adventures. Leaky Tranny van. So currently just in Fort Lauderdale, which is a city just north of Miami. I'm going to start off this vlog with a bit of history of Florida. So before 1565, when the first international settlers came to Florida, the Spanish, which they named La Florida, which actually means the flowery place, Florida was dominated by tribes who lived off the land by fishing and catching animals and growing their own crops, etc, etc. They lived quite peacefully up until about the mid-1800s, where the US Army came in and pushed all the tribal people out of their lands, pushed them west over to reservations in places, I don't know particularly actually, but the states out west, big Indian reservations out west. There were only 300 to 400 tribal people who survived. They call themselves today the unconquered people, the Seminoles of India, Seminoles of America, sorry, Seminoles of Florida, I meant to say. And I don't know if you would believe it or not, but I'm actually stood on Seminole land right now. That big Hard Rock Casino hotel, guitar looking place, see it's shaped as a guitar, it's native Seminole land. Now to explain why this is, we need to fast forward 100 years to a time where the legendary Chief Billy was born, or then known because he wasn't a chief, James Billy. He was born in 1940 on a chimpanzee ranch just north of here. I was trying to cross the road. So yeah, he grew up on a chimpanzee farm not too far from here, just north. And by the age of 9, his mother died, and he spent the rest of the next 10 years fighting alligators for tourists. In his 20s, he joined the US Army, and these roads are so difficult to cross. They're just huge. So yeah, in his 20s he joined the US Army and fought in the War of Vietnam. He came back, he became a country singer. One of his greatest songs was Big Alligator, which you should check out. He sings in his local tribal tongue. Because of his, like Rambo, but big heart. Hang on. Oh fuck! Go. Yeah, because he fought like Rambo but had a big heart, he became the tribal leader of the Seminoles. On his first day in office, he got handed a stack of papers about building a big bingo hall on one of the Seminole tribal lands. They built it, about 160 seater stadium, and they made millions, absolutely millions. Anyway, fast forward another 20 years, so we're in the 1980s now. He sold, right Abby? What are you looking at? So yeah, fast forward to the 1980s, and they struck up a deal with Hard Rock Cafe. And Hard Rock put their casino here, their hotel, and now today, because of all this happening, the Seminoles, every Seminole member earns a dividend, which is the profit made by the company, by the tribe, $127,000 a year. So they're not allowed to touch that money until they turn 18. So by the time they're 18, that $127,000 adding up year by year by year. I'm not very good at maths, but I would say that puts them, you know, millionaires. So yeah, this is Seminole tribal land. Forgot to add, the average price to stay here in this hotel is about $400 to $500 a night. You can struck up some deals and get it quite lucky. For cheapest $105, but that's if you're really looking for a bargain. So we are actually going to try now to break into the pool. Let's see how we get on. So Seminole tribal land. Look at this. Oh, it's nice and cool in here. What? It's all straight in. Alright. Are we in now? Because that was quite easy. Very easy if we're in.
Maybe anyone's allowed in.
Yeah, maybe anyone's allowed in. That was too easy.
Might not still be able to get full.
Fuck, whole chicken. Alright, room 204.
What's up?
Room 204.
Last name?
It's Jasmine. Thank you.
And do you need towels?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Sure.
Hiya.
Yeah, just
Thank you very much. Thank you. Her?
so beautiful.
Our last name's Jasmine.
Is that what he said?
No, they said I said room 204 and they typed it in and then said last name and I said Jasmine and then they just brought the wristband out.
Did you see it on the screen?
No, I didn't see anything. I just said a word. I just said a name. Look at that guitar, lush. And this is all tribal land. All right, I think we're gonna go for a swim. What's that like? This is paradise. So I've got to mention that back when Chief Billy opened up his 300-seat bingo hall on this very spot here 40 years ago, it was at a time where gambling in Florida was illegal. And the county sheriff tried shutting down his operation, but rather than backing down, Chief Billy took him and his whole tribe to court and claimed that this is on our native Indian American land. Some of our culture was gambling, so we should be allowed to do what we want on our native land. And guess what? He won the case. And because of that, 234 other Native American tribes around the US right now are hauling in, I forgot the figure, $33 billion a year. And they all have Chief Billy to thank. Crazy. They even have a beach here. Back in the van. So my camera actually ran out of battery, so I didn't actually get any more footage on the camera, but I did take a little bit on my phone. We ended up staying there till the evening, and they had this big light show where the lights were lighting up the whole guitar shaped building in sync with the music, and it was pretty cool, to be honest. I've got the footage on my phone. So what did you think of the casino? A lot of the locals aren't actually very big fans of it because it was built in 2006, the guitar structure. It was open a long time before that. but the actual guitar structure opened in 2006, and a lot of the locals complained about having this big tacky guitar building in front of their, towering over their gardens basically. So some people like it, some people don't. But what did you think of it? And what did you think of Chief Billy and the story of Chief Billy? For me, I really feel like it's the rags to riches tale. Coming from the swamp, growing up on the swamp and living off the land and wrestling alligators. From that to then becoming a co-owner of 6 or 7 casinos across Florida, owning luxury apartments and fast cars and speedboats and helicopters and helipads. From becoming living on the swamp to that, it's just, for me, it's just crazy. And also, I would check out Big Alligator by Chief Billy, because it's an absolute tune. And as I think I've said before, he sings in his own native tongue, and yeah, it's a good song. The bad side that has come from all of this, though, is because every Seminole member earns $127,000 a year, a lot of their culture has been lost along the way, because they don't need to carry on that culture, all their old ways of doing things, because, well, they don't really need to do anything, because they're literally millionaires. So yeah, that's the bad thing that's happened, really, is a lot of the culture's been lost. But yeah, I'd like to hear what you think. And till next time in the Leaky Tranny Van Adventures.